camera when asking a question. With that, we'll get started with head coach Bradley Carnell. We can jump right into questions in the room.
Thanks, Nico. Hi, Bradley. As you watched from game one, what did you see that you liked? What did you see that you maybe didn't like and was worth fixing this week?
Yeah, I thought a lot of things were, like I said, after the game, went our way. They defended really deep, and it's always tough to break down a block in any league, in any team, and in the world of soccer. So, and to go 2-0 up, to show our strengths, and that's what we're going to feed off of is our strengths and the way we got that advantage and built up those moments. And yeah, credit to them. They gave us a really good game, and I think they took some space late on in the game, and we give away two silly set piece moments. But that's something we can control, and we should have or could have done a better job on that, and for sure is a topic for us going into the next game.
You expect game two to play out similarly?
Yeah, I don't have a crystal ball. Not sure. So all I know is we have one advantage in the series, right? So we have a massive moment to tie it up into two matches. So this is our full focus. And we've been to Chicago once already. Not sure when it was, if it was May or and we got a really good result there with a rotated lineup. So we're just getting guys back regenerated, back fit, back healthy, back strong. So Raffanello looks really good. So we have a whole contingency to travel, and then we'll put out a squad that's very competitive, and hopefully can turn it on finish it off in two.
When you have a team like Chicago that has used two different structures formationally in the last two games, how do you approach that as a coach? And is the formation maybe not as important as some of the game situation in the best of three, like the way they're going to come here and defend deep versus maybe they'll push the game a little bit more? How do you kind of weigh that as a coach?
Yeah, listen, and it's tough every time, right? When we play a certain way, especially here at Subaru Park, and from the very first get-go, 25, 35, 45 seconds for each action. I think our ball in play was third lowest of the year, if I'm not mistaken. Second lowest was St. Louis, I believe. And then this one was the third lowest, I don't want to lie, I think it was like 41 minutes or something, which was incredible. You lose a half a soccer game. But that was their plan and executed it almost perfectly. And I still believe we have enough quality with those moments, and all the possession we had to finish off the game. So, our focus has been on finishing off the game.
I take it, is when you have a team that has two different formations like they have the last couple of games, what do you focus on? Is it more patterns of play?
Yeah, we focused. I mean, they changed it in one game, right? So they started differently to how they ended, of which, it's a usual soccer game. The game unfolds as it may, and coaches try and exploit spaces and try and gain an advantage with a tactical move or a shape move. And they have showed that, right? They have showed a real resiliency with three center backs, and they can defend deep, plug up space, and catch you in the transition. And they've shown that they can break you down. So, it's something that they've been working on now towards the latter end of the season, and it gets them into the playoffs somewhat, against the playing game against Orlando. So credit to them. But I think, yeah, we're a team who's built on principles, as we've always spoken about, and we've always trained with. So we'll focus on us and our principles. And Matt, if the game goes 20 seconds long, I can show you 4 different shapes and formations within 20 seconds. It's just semantics of where positionings are. You blink once, you blink twice, and the formation has already changed. So, and then obviously there's teams in possession and out of possession. There's different formations as well. So for me, that's why principally is always the way to go for me.
Maybe this question might be better suited for the next round than right now.
Maybe ask it then.
Well, is there anything that you tell a player who's new to the league, and I think of Jovan in particular, but a few others who haven't played playoff games quite like this? Is there anything you tell them to expect that is different in the regular season?
No, you can feel the tension, right? And I mean, the good thing is we've had a semi-final cup, we've had a long cup run where things have been on the line, and we got tested there, and went to penalties as well. So, these things, we build tension in training. We build scenarios in training, and we train with like provocational rules to provoke certain behaviors and stuff like that. So, whether it's me coaching or messages or information being given, we try and prepare the players for the best situations possible that they can adapt and evolve during a game or during a course of the season and a game that means something. So I don't think anything's different.
And how much you talk about the message? How much of it comes from guys like Andre and Jacob who've been around here for a while and other leaders within the players?
Yeah, you lead by talking or you lead by doing. And I think all of those guys have done a great job, in the video rooms and done a great job on the field by leading, and not just leading when the lights are on, and not just leading, when for me it's been around little conversations with individuals in and around the facility, or on the field, the way they drive the tempo in training, the way they drive the quality in training, the way they deliver the messaging in training. I see even in Ale Bedoya, sometimes he's defending on the other team, maybe a sparring team or something, and he puts guys in a situation to be like, come on, you should have controlled that better. You should have done better there. So he's actually helping coach the situation while he's defending as one of the other sparring teams, right? So which just drives the intensity up and drives the quality up as well. So, I think the guys are pushed to the maximum each and every training environment we have.
How is Mika physically? You mentioned he had some kind of an injury that he's battling with, or
Yeah, I mean, he just took a knock on his knee last week, but he's fine. He's good.
is he? Okay, so would he be up for selection to possibly start? Is he to that 90-minute fit level to your mind?
He's good to go. I mean, at this point of the season, if you look at everybody's rosters, everyone's pretty banged up. And I think now it's about, a grit, a desire, a mentality to bring to the table, playing away from home, and it's a group effort. So, but Mika's ready.
In terms of, I believe last Sunday was only the third time that Ty and Milan started together in that kind of role, just based on where everyone's been
Okay.
and things like that. Do you see anything in kind of how their connection is evolving? It seems like Milan's had a little bit more time to work with some of the other guys and has done well. Do you see anything in there?
Yeah, no, I like the way Ty applied himself in the game. I liked his movement, and I liked the movement of Bruno as well, complementing that early on. And then, Indy and Milan, it's almost like a street baller mentality, picking up the game between the lines and stuff like that. So, yeah, I was really happy with the combination, especially when you're trying to break down a block.
The reserve squad's gonna play a conference final, I believe, it's on Saturday, with the potential to play a championship game here next weekend. How much have you enjoyed watching them go on this little run and know that as we happened when I think 2 years ago was the last time they made the final, that experience is gonna further life experiences, pay off for them when they get to the first team.
Yeah, incredible achievement what Ryan Richter and staff have done there. Smashing their points record this year, I believe. And I think there's just been full support and synchronicity between the two departments. And, when they need a number, when we need a number, it's just a phone call away. We work really closely with each other. And every game, I'm supporting him. Or him meaning Ryan and his staff and team, and we're watching all our players. And every home game we have, he's in the stands, and John Shear, everybody just rooting from the same, just from the same stand, and with one focus in mind, and that's the project, the organization, the teams, and that's been the most important thing. And the most impressive is, we spoke about change is always difficult, and making sure that with the change that has happened, but then applying the principles and playing in a certain way and seeing a signature between two teams. The signature, you could just change the names on the back of the jerseys, and you could put a Vasilev for an Anderson, or you could put, what have you, up front Bruno and Sal and whatever it is, or Eddie. You could just change those names and put them in the first team, second, and the environment would be the same. So we train so closely with each other, we scrimmage against each other. So I think it's a real seamless project we're running at the moment.
Good, Nico.
All right. Thanks, Bradley.